If you've been hooking your golf ball off the tee, then this is going to be a great video for you. Here's a range session where I'm going to be working away from hitting a little bit of a pull hook off the tee. So this is the golf swing just as is with the driver. As you can see, that ball started left. What you can't see is it dove quite a bit left after that initial ball flight. So a few weeks ago, I was working on my takeaway, and I feel that since then, the driver has largely been useless for me. I've been very underplaying, so I'm going to take you through a driving range session, unfiltered here, about how I'm going to work away from it. Now, as you can see by these rehearsal swings, I'm going to basically try for a couple of swings to hit a slice, the exact opposite of the hook, and you can see in this golf swing how inside the takeaway was and how over the top the move through transition was and the swing plane through the ball is. It's very intentional, but I'm just trying to do the exact opposite of what I've been doing. Whenever you're hooking the golf ball, it's pretty often that the reason that you are hitting that hook is because you're swinging too far from in to out. So right now I'm just working on coming out to in just to completely exaggerate the other side, because where my swing is right now, it's pretty exaggerated on one way, so I'm going to skew the other way, and then hopefully after playing around with it on both sides, you're going to come to a pretty nice neutral positioning. Now for me, this has actually worked very effectively in the past. When I started playing golf for the first time, it was actually the exact opposite issue. I was slicing the ball, so I taught myself how to hit a hook, and then that's the way that I kind of turned my big slice into a little baby fade or even a straighter ball flight. So here's just one other swing where I'm trying to hit that big old banana slice, and as you can see, that was a push slice. So when I try and slice the ball, I'm usually pretty good with it. So from there, I just got about 3 golf swings. Again, this is going to be a little bit shortened in terms of how many swings I'm doing, just because I don't want to have a 30-minute video out there. But you can do as many swings trying to slice the ball as you want to make it successful. So now what I'm going to try and do is move away from that slice, still be a little bit over the top, but hit a little bit more of a fade ball flight. This is a pretty controllable ball flight for me. It's a ball flight that in the past I've always been able to turn to. It's just recently I haven't been able to. So not only is that an issue of just ball striking and the comfort with that flight, but also an issue of the alignment on the golf course. So that golf swing there was actually a very nice little baby fade, which is always promising because that's just a shape that I have not been able to turn to. So after working on a couple of those, now as you can see, I'm going to close down my stance a little bit. That left foot's a bit in front of the other one, straighten out the club face a little bit, and right now I'm just going to be working on hitting as straight a drive as I can. Now that's something that is not easy for me. I've always been someone who's worked the ball, whether I'm hitting a fade or a draw, I like to work that ball around. It's just what's been most comfortable for me in the past. So turning to just a basic straight shot, that's not second nature to me, but working on it on the driving range, it makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. And the fact that I'm able to be hitting these straight golf shots is a far cry from where I was at the beginning of the video with those pull hooks. Just to be able to hit a straighter ball flight is a huge improvement for the sake of what I'm trying to do in this video. So throughout this, keep in mind, I'm not just swinging at the ball over and over again. I'm going through rehearsals, I'm going through slow motion swings, half swings before I get to the ball, and taking my time before each swing. There's a nice balanced swing that actually produced a little bit of a baby draw. If I'm club twirling it on the range, believe me, it was a good strike. So throughout this video, I'm trying different things in terms of swing feels and taking your time between the golf shots. So many times people will get to the driving range and they'll hit 10 balls in 2 minutes, and that's just it's not going to do you much good. So I'm doing my pre-shot routine for all of these swings. I'm trying to feel out a shallower golf swing at this point in the video. Again, this is where it gets tricky because that shallow golf swing is what got me in trouble in the first place. But there, I pushed it a little bit, but it's a nice little push draw. That's definitely a shot that I'd be comfortable turning to on the golf course. So we go down the line. I started off with that big pull hook. Not at all ideal to hit off the tee. And from there, I went in the complete opposite direction. I tried to hit basically a push slice. And then I got that feeling of hitting a push slice a couple of times. Then I worked it down into a little bit of a baby fade. Then I continue down that spectrum to a straight ball, then continue down that spectrum to a baby draw. It's just going from the extremes and then honing it in with each swing, feeling that particular feeling of, whatever you're trying to work on. In this video, it's the case of my swing path. I was way too in to out, then you go out to in and work your way back slowly. This goes for any part of your golf game. If you're working on hitting a knockdown iron shot, try and sting an iron shot. Try and keep it super, super low, lower than you would on the golf course, and then slowly work your way up until you find that particular shot shape that works for you. So this is a great way to play around, implement some swing changes, just work on things that may be bothering you. By the end of this session, I didn't feel awesome about my driver swing. That last one was a little bit of a pull, but a much straighter ball flight, much more manageable. So you're going to find better feelings. You're going to find a little bit more confidence. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in one particular range session, but this is certainly a great way to go about improving your game. I hope this helped if you're someone who hooks the ball, especially off the tee. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section down below. As always, thank you all very much for watching. Play well and take care.